The built environment is not created fairly. It is almost impossible to accurately predict every demand in the future, and pedestrian pathways are no different. People will find a way to use something as they see fit and will make their own paths. This is what's known as desire paths. People go off the paved path in a way that more represents their actual desired usage, with more direct paths to where they want to go. This can be seen all over the place, with perfectly green grass where they cut out a dirt going straight down the middle at some corner of a pathway. This is where prediction has failed, but to blame the pedestrian walking in a way that wasn't planned is ridiculous. It is great to try and predict the actual needs of the user and get it right, but this is few and far between the outcome that actually happens. The best designers learn from this for the future projects and aim at improving what is already there. Car crashes and pedestrians being struck are listed as the top 4 leading cause of death in the US, lumped into the category of unintentional injuries. Death is part of life, and people tend to accept the fact that there are certain things about everyday life that they can't change. From the year 1975 to 2021, 1,957,287 people have died on the roads across the states. This is not a number I will round down or cut short in any way. It is easy to get lost in numbers, but every single digit is someone's life cut short, someone failed, or even someone blamed. Countless awareness campaigns have been shown to millions of people around the world, ranging from TV ads, to posters, to leaflets, or even just in the classroom being taught to children. Ridiculous demands of pedestrians to just accept the current state of our infrastructure, and even some of them blaming the pedestrians for how they use the roadway. Ads encouraging people to walk in the roadway directly at oncoming traffic and trying to hug the side of the road as much as possible because the designers of the road decided that was the better option instead of adding a sidewalk.
Stay on sidewalks. If there is no footpath, walk on the edge of the road facing oncoming traffic.
What? No sidewalk? If you find yourself in this situation, walk as far on the side of the road as you can. And always go against traffic so you can see what's coming at you. No cell phones, no earbuds, no video games, and no horseplay. Walking's serious business.
This doesn't even include the illegality of so-called jaywalking, when pedestrians can get fined for trying to get to their destination as they see fit because no safe or convenient crossing was provided. Blaming and punishment. Blame people for getting in the way of cars and punish them. Pedestrians account for 65% of 1.17 million traffic-related deaths around the world, with a further 35% of those being children. Most of these fatalities occur outside of crosswalks, where people have chosen to value time and efficiency over the provided safety of the roadway. Crosswalks are not perfect and need to be combined with other safety measures to better slow down the traffic and better protect pedestrians. However, it is the best current way to provide pedestrians with a safer crossing. These points where people are going across outside of the normal painted crossings are the exact same as the desired paths, just a bit harder to see. We shouldn't blame people for cutting across the grass to reach their destination faster, as we shouldn't do the same for people crossing without crosswalks. In small neighborhoods with slow cars and expectation for people and children being in the area, this is not an issue, as many desired paths can be better protected for the simple fact of their location. The difference is when it comes to higher speed roadways with points of interest for people on either side, encouraging people to cross, leading to dangerous situations if no crosswalk is provided. An example that many people are probably already aware of are schools, with children crossing in many different places. Children are harder to see due to their height, and that's a major reason that there are so many crossings surrounding school campuses. In combination with school signs, crosswalks are all about slowing drivers down and making them more aware of their surroundings. Simply changing speed limits and hoping that drivers will slow down does little to nothing for pedestrians. There must be actual means of slowing down drivers and making them feel more uncomfortable to speed. Our transportation system is already dominated by the car, to the extent that it's almost become against pedestrians, and is something that needs to change. Setting up police looking for people jaywalking across the street is a waste of time and money and further adds to the problem. Studies have shown that when there is active policing of jaywalking or crossing at intersections during red signals and warning them with tickets for repeat offenses has little lasting impact. Just 1 week after active policing, the rate of decrease in offenses drops drastically from 27% with police presence to just 9%. Is this really worth it? Is there not more important things to be done than targeting people just walking? Why punish the pedestrian for something not provided? A major problem that takes hold of every problem around the world is money. The easiest way to fix a problem is to add something that is easy to accomplish with what is already there instead of completely changing the system. Pedestrian safety is a massive priority, and any new addition that can be provided on roads that can increase the safety and comfortability of people should absolutely be a priority. One such case is that most pedestrian fatalities occur at night, when they are harder to be seen and drivers are not as well prepared. Lighting in key areas with lots of pedestrians crossings or areas of high crash rates can help to provide more comfort and safety to people. Specifically, places where people tend to have no direct destination in mind, such as parts or centers of commerce, can be drastically improved as they are less likely to cross in one specific location. This can also be done for more comfortability, not even related to the road itself, with making people more comfortable in the community and encouraging people to use the city while feeling safe to do so. Behavior is complicated, with perception of safety influencing choices more than the actual physical safety that one has. Adding lighting helps to meet both criteria while improving the actual safety, making a community feel and be more safe. Lighting, in combination with other pedestrian-friendly infrastructure such as benches or trash cans, can further encourage walker-friendly usage. These additions show drivers that this is a place similar to schools where they should expect more people to be about, in return slow down in preparation even without thinking about it. In terms of along a roadway, providing pedestrians with an easy-to-reach crossing is important to discourage dangerous crossings. Making the crossing distance as short as possible, using either pullabouts to slow drivers and reduce pedestrian time in the roadway, can help to reduce times of conflicts. Other things that can be done at crosswalks are making it a flashing crossing to alert drivers to the presence of people, or to raise the crossing itself to act as sort of a speed bump for the drivers, forcing them to slow down. The aim should be to provide all modes of transportation with the most amount of safety and comfortability, and the easiest way to do this is to provide all modes of transport with their own separate use areas. However, separating all the different use types is not possible when it comes to intersections where cars, people, and bikes all come together to interact. In the current state, pedestrians are treated as a guest compared to vehicles when choosing to cross at intersections. Safety for pedestrians should be the absolute key with providing people as much time as possible to cross the road safely. To improve safety, some of the easiest ways to do so is to increase the crossing time for pedestrians, or to provide pedestrians with a few seconds of head start, with the green crossing starting earlier than the green for cars to make cars more likely to notice people in the crosswalk. This can be done at the end with an all-red signal where no cars are allowed through the intersection for a couple of seconds at the end of a pedestrian crossing to provide them with some extra time. These changes can be made at only certain times during peak hours of use with more pedestrians than usual to provide more time, or it can be changed to reduce the time of cycling at intersections to make the wait shorter for pedestrians. Reducing the wait times for pedestrians to below 30 seconds is key, due to this time being the average wait time people will tend to wait before becoming impatient and possibly crossing dangerously. Intersections can also be designed in a way that is friendlier to pedestrians by not impacting a current set signal cycle. Some inexpensive ways to improve safety is to increase the turn radius of cars to make them slow down when turning and more likely to notice pedestrians, or make the corners 90 degrees to further slow down drivers. This can be done with little money, using just paint and bollards in the roadway, or a more permanent fix by adding a corner island that can be used for protection as a closed slip lane for cars turning right, or just as a protection for the crosswalk or bike lane. This is all done to help increase the visibility of pedestrians. Pushing the stop line of intersections back can also help further slow cars down and improve pedestrian visibility. Many of these changes are listed in the Caltrans toolbox, with estimated costs for trying to provide fixes to both intersections and along the roadway. Large-scale changes can also be made to completely change the nature of the intersection itself, such as on roadways where the speed limit entering an intersection can be decreased to at least 30 miles per hour to add a roundabout. Not only does this improve the safety of pedestrians, but of the drivers as well, due to the reduced speed and reduced areas of conflict. This can also be done in more local neighborhoods without impacting the entirety of the intersection using little mini circles placed in the center of existing intersections to eliminate left turns. A current two-way stop can be changed to all-way stops, and with the addition of crosswalks drastically improves their safety. A major change that is already at all intersections is ADA accessibility, with truncated domes and ramps provided. ADA accessibility is not just these ramps, as the city is also responsible for maintaining every single sidewalk and making sure they are all safe for pedestrians in terms of levelness. Most of these changes already mentioned don't drastically change the landscape of the community, but there are larger changes that can be done specifically with pedestrians in mind. Simple things like making the sidewalk wider, using strategies in road diet by taking away width from other areas on the road, such as making lanes smaller or removing the parking along the road. Parking is a massive part of our infrastructure and has a stranglehold on the transportation industry. A major change that can help to improve the usability of cities for pedestrians is to reduce the amount of large parking lots that solely encourage drivers compared to walking. These are harder changes to make, but removing parking and providing places solely for pedestrians or bikers, such as paseos, which are completely separated from any car-oriented infrastructure. These interconnections between homes can be combined with small little parts and neighborhoods to further encourage people to choose to walk more in their community. Looking at the outlook for many cities that are already fully established, this is a hard ask to make for such a huge change, but that's why there is no one solution to every city, every intersection, every street, or even every problem. Roadway design should be a push and pull with the designers and the users to make the final system one that can provide the maximum safety with the most usability for all users.